Welcome to 514 Sports with Paul Decary. Today we've got a special edition for you thanks to Mark Scheifele of the Winnipeg Jets. Normally I'm doing my podcasts on Tuesdays, and today, Thursday, June 3rd, 2021, I'm going to have a special case for you guys because of what went on in the Habs Game 1 victory last night over the Winnipeg Jets. Calmed down a little bit. Last night I was pissed after the game. This was a great win for the Habs, and then seeing what happened late in the game with less than a minute left, I was incensed. I was so angry. Took a couple of shots to Jack Daniels last night, calmed me down. Slept good after that, but right after the fact, I was mad. It was nasty. Wanted to talk about the great win for the Habs there, but we got to talk about this terrible incident which happened, like I said, late in the period. In case you missed it, the Habs won Game 1, 5-3 over the Jets, with Jake Evans scoring into an empty net with less than a minute left to make it 5-3. And right after he scored, he was plowed over by Mark Scheifele, who skated pretty much the length of the ice and knocked him on his ass. It was terrible. It was hard to watch. I was so mad. It infuriated me. Anyway, Evans was in a defenseless position. He'd already scored. The puck was in the net. It was totally not necessary. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. It was bad. It was a bad hit, scary hit. Nothing that the game needs. The game doesn't need stuff like that. Intense hockey, no problem. It was an intense game. There was a lot of scrums after the whistle, but to end the game like that showed a lack of respect on Scheifele's part there. Scheifele just wanted to hurt him. It was a predatory hit. He was hunting Jake Evans. He came, like I said, skating the length of the ice and just plowed him over. He had no intentions of playing the puck. He could have stopped the goal. He's a quick skater, and he got there pretty much at the same time as Evans put the puck in the net. So if he makes an effort to stop that goal, the Jets have a chance to tie up the game. My immediate thought was Dale Hunter. 1993 against the New York Islanders, Pierre Turgeon had scored a goal in Game 6 of the first round series for the Islanders, pretty much to put the game away, and Hunter blindsided him after the goal into the boards, dislocating Turgeon's shoulder. Hunter was later suspended for 21 games to start the next season. So that's the first thing that came to mind. There's no way Scheifele's going to get 21 games. I'm not stupid. I think he should. Being a Habs fan, my emotions came out and saying right away 20 games. But what Scheifele's got going for him is his history. He's never been suspended in the NHL before. It was a charge. The referees on the ice got the call right. It was a charging 5-minute major in game misconduct. He came flying down the ice from I think it was the other blue line. But what he's got going for him, like I said, no previous history. He did not leave the ice. I've seen a few people commenting on that. He did jump into the hit, checked it out on the replay, slow motion, paused it. No, he didn't leave the ice. The contact was made, and then the momentum of the hit, yes, the skates came off the ice, but he did not jump into the hit. The elbow was tucked in. It was a shoulder to upper chest, chin hit, but it was blindsided. It was terrible. So I'm thinking with that, Scheifele, he's not going to get anything close to what I think he deserves. I'm believing he should get the rest of the series. He should get a 6-game suspension for this, making sure he doesn't get back into this series. But I believe the Department of Player Safety is gonna shit the bed again, and he's gonna end up with 2 games. My prediction is gonna end up with 2 games. Joel Edmondson, Canadiens defenseman, who had a great game last night. He said in the press conference and a Zoom conference after the game, the NHL should do the right thing. They're going to do the right thing, but if not, we're going to make his life miserable. So I don't know if he's going to get fined for that. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if Scheifele gets 1 game and Edmondson gets the $5,000 fine. That's what the George Powers and Company has pretty much showed us the inconsistency over the past couple of years in what they're calling on different incidents. Kadri, we can compare it to the Kadri hit. Kadri got an 8-game suspension, so I'm looking at, okay, if you give it to Kadri's got a history, so maybe that's why he got 8 games. So with Scheifele's no history, that's why I'm thinking he's going to get 2 games. But I think the safe route to go would be to give him the rest of the series. Look what happened with Tom Wilson and the New York Rangers at the end of the regular season. The NHL decided to fine him $5,000, and they played the next night, and it was a total shit show. So if the NHL is looking for that, which in my opinion, I think they are. I think they like the publicity. They need the American viewers, and fights bring that in. And the NHL is I'm sorry, it's not the NFL. The NFL would take care of this, no problem, protect the players. This guy would be gone for the series, but the NHL, unfortunately, not in the same rankings as the NFL. Okay, so but one refreshing thing to see last night about this melee after Evans was blown up. All the players got, everyone jumped on Scheifele. There was Toffoli, there was Weber, there was a bunch of players, and Jets forward Nick Ehlers had the whereabouts to protect Jake Evans. That's respect. You talk about lack of respect on Scheifele's part towards his opponents and towards the game of hockey. Nick Ehlers, total opposite of Mark Scheifele in this instance. You saw him shielding off all the scrum. So making sure no one fall onto Jake Evans. He was laying motionless on the ice, defenseless. He couldn't move. The Habs trainer was out there pretty quickly, but before they got there, Ehlers and the linesmen were doing their jobs to protect Jake Evans. So that was kind of nice to see. Ehlers, I've been told by my buddy Vince Perillo that he played for Dominic Ducharme in junior for the Halifax Mooseheads. I don't know if that had something to do with it. Anyway, a very high-classy move by the Jets, Nick Ehlers there. I got to give him kudos for that. Clearly, very respectful player, and nice to see. So anyway, that's about all I'm going to talk about for now for that game, for that incident. But let's talk about the game. It was a great game. The Habs came out flying. I didn't expect it, to be honest with you. After seeing what happened with Vegas after their 7-game series going into Colorado, who had been rested and getting schlocked 7-1, I kind of expected a similar outcome for the Canadiens last night. But they came out hot. 2 goals in the first, roughly the first 5 minutes, and then a shorthanded goal. Cut the lead to 2-1. Eric Gustafsson, Mark Bergevin. Yeah, I know you picked him up for a power play specialist, but that was a terrible play. This guy's got to go. He's got to sit. You got to bring in Alexander Romanov. I think he's the answer. It's getting to be a physical series. Romanov can throw a nice body check. He can set the tone, and he can't do worse than Gustafsson did on the power play last night. That was just terrible. A terrible pass into the corner. Suzuki couldn't make the pass. Then it comes back to the point, and Gustafsson gives it away. Jets go down on a breakaway, and they score 2-1. Can't blame Carey Price for that. So fortunately, the Habs came back on a beautiful stretch pass from Joel Edmondson to Nick Suzuki. And the patience on this goes down on 2-on-1. It just waits out Connor Hellebuyck, tucks it in from behind the goal line to make it 3-1 Habs going into the first intermission. So great first period for the Canadiens. That was fantastic. Then we got in the second period, no goals. That was kind of surprising. That was, after 4 goals in the first, it was 3-1 after the second period. So into the third period, the Jets cut the lead 3-2 about midway through the third. It's getting close again. But then the Habs get on the power play, and Shea Weber gets on a breakaway on a beautiful pass from Jeff Petrie. Shea Weber on a breakaway. I honestly don't think Shea Weber's ever had another breakaway in his Montreal Canadiens career. He didn't finish it, but Gallagher was there to bang it in, putting the Habs up 4-2. Brendan Gallagher, 2 games in a row. He's showing up there. He's coming to play, and it was nice to see the Gallagher put another one in there. Then Habs killer Kyle Connor cut the lead back to 1 just with under 2 minutes left. Making it 4-3, so a little stressful night once again. Everyone's pulling their hair out. The hairs are going gray once again, but and then with just under a minute left, Evans beats out an icing, grabs the puck behind the net and wraps it around for the clinching goal to make it 5-3, which is when Scheifele just skated the length of the ice and just plowed him over. So that started that big incident. So let's hope let's hope Jake is okay. I've heard reports this morning that he did not go to hospital. He was at the hotel with the Canadiens after the game. So that's great news. I'm sure that is going to affect the suspension or lack thereof. If he doesn't get to, if Scheifele does not get suspended, total joke on George Parros' part. Like I said, I'm expecting it to be 2 games. He'll be back for game 4 in Montreal. Just let's talk about Jake Evans a little bit. This kid, he's 25. He turned 25 last night. So happy birthday, Jake Evans, 25 years old. He played 4 years of college NCAA hockey for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Was assistant captain in his 3rd season, and he captained the Fighting Irish in his last season. 2014 7th round draft pick by the Canadians. Evans, he's turned into quite the player. I'm really hoping that he's okay, and I hope to see him back in this series. I'm not thinking it'll be for a while, but let's hope we see him again. So that's about it there. Well, actually, one more thing. Carey Price. Price played well. He played well again. Finished the game with 27 saves. It's probably the first playoff game that Carey Price was not the Habs' first star. And that's good news because we all know that he's going to win us a game or 2 in this series. So if we've already got 1 and he can take another 2, we're up to 3. And, we just need 4 wins there. So this being the first ever playoff meeting between the Jets and the Habs, it's going to be an intense one. It started off crazy, and this incident is going to turn it into probably a very memorable and probably a long series. Don't miss Game 2 Friday night, tomorrow night at 7:30, live from Winnipeg. Like I said, my prediction, the Habs are going to take this in 6. Just hope Jake Evans is okay, guys. And thanks for listening there for this special edition. And I'll talk to you guys a little bit later, early in next week, probably on Tuesday. Please leave some comments. I'd like to know what you guys are thinking about the suspension, the potential suspension. And take care of everybody, and go Habs, go.